Los pronombres de objeto son aquellos pronombres que reemplazan al objeto directo o indirecto de una oración, es decir, la persona o cosa que recibe la acción del verbo. Hoy veremos estos pronombres con la expresión bring up.
He'd wait a while and hippie dude, just pass me that mac and cheese. Now he'd wait a while and then he'd bring it up again and he'd say,
that may sound grim, but I bring it up really as a challenge for humans.
Seconds, she's trying to bring it up and she's making it so obvious that like she wants more information.
At the sink, they know about the book because I bring it up every time I see them.
The school principal, he didn't try to bring it up with, the board or whatever.
Now I can't even bring it up because then I'll have to admit that I've been resented.
As much as we hate to bring it up,
and cutting it up and trying it all, they're
but I think
when the shepherds decide to bring the cattle down or bring it up, it
involves to have a strong...
I love the banner. I love than the videos that she filmed earlier. So let's bring up her channel.
And every now and again she'd bring up her innovative ideas to see if the tenor had changed, but
bring up her node graph. So
car accident. Dave's mother, Donna Ray, managed to bring up her children while also struggling with poverty and family issues of her own.
An easy life, having to hold down a job and bring up her young son.
I would like Anna to bring up her work that moves me to tears.
I simply go and type her name, and when I bring up her contact,
I'm made to bring up her 4 brothers. She could have been a doctor.
And I'm struggling even to bring up her name, but there's these 2 actresses.
Was waiting for me to bring up her bags. I looked out and and
I said, Sierra's been having, and bring her up to the teacher. And I said, Sierra's been having really big.
This cow, we were trying to bring her up to a place to kill her, and she broke the chain.
But before I bring her up, a bit more about her, she holds.
So I bring her up as an example of what I would love to see more managers do.
And the reason I bring her up on screen.
And let me just say before I bring her up here.
York. Dr. Walker says, bring her up. We'll do what we can.
Look at Kim Kardashian. I'm going to bring her up.
Robber number 2 decided that he would fire the gun and bring her up front.
Want to use the bathroom, and you come to a place where you see a gas.
Jack, I'd like to bring her up to say a few words, take a couple of questions.
Off each other, and when she's down, I try and bring her up, and when I'm down, she tries to bring me up.
See yourself as a 10 and bring her up to your awesome status.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her up and surprise her and let her know that she made the
to bring her up to speed. And
you didn't care to bring her up yourself the entire time you were standing in front of
Surgery's over. Thanks. Team know when I'm ready to bring him up as soon as surgery is over. Thanks.
The deal with the priest that they would bring him up on anti-terror charges, so it did.
Mentor as someone who's going to protect him and look after him and bring him up the ranks and.
By Tom. So let's bring him up, Mr. Tom Dinwoody.
You've got to reach down and get the senior subordinate commander, bring him up, and there's going to be a disruption.
And when I bring him up to the stage with Rose in just a minute.
Him up in this connection, because I think
They'll bring him all even extra food on Saturdays.
I have it on really good authority. Agnes Martin, Robert Ryman, to bring him up again.
I got the father to bring him up on stage in front of 2,000 people.
Misleading arguments during the case, and I bring him up because he is now the guy representing Monica Palmer.
When he was becoming speaker was that any person could bring him up for a vote.
Now, I bring him up because Frank Woodruff Buckles died.
For dinner, like that's not watching him bring me up fish and lobster for dinner, like that.
Guys, okay, seriously, don't joke around. Bring me up, let's go.
Watching him bring me
what you have talked to, and the new person coming in says, bring me up to speed on.
Can you bring me up to speed on the state of play on breaking the log jam?
In my ear all night telling me that she didn't bring me up to be a quitter.
I bring her up, and when I'm down, she tries to bring me up, and
they didn't bring me up right. And then,
but it would bring me up into the head. So
yeah, because it really helps bring me up in the rankings of.
But two, it'll actually free me up to do more.
Extremely helpful in trying to bring me up to speed on that.
On vacation and they get back and they could ask you, hey, can you bring me up to speed? Or they might ask you to bring them up to speed.
Bring me up to speed in that area.
And if you'd bring me up on hermeneutics, and I love epistemology.
One there, but he had this very annoying way of doing it. He would sort of bring me up to people and say, hello.
I may be missing something, so maybe you can bring me up to speed. But my
don't ever show me, right? And don't ever bring me up. And if you do,